Hello students, welcome back to your science class. I hope you have completed your home assignment. Now, I will quickly recall what you learned in your previous class. You learned about flower, its parts and different types of flowers. In today's class, you will learn about pollination. In pollination, you will learn about self-pollination, cross-pollination and agents of pollination. Pollination. What do you mean by pollination? Look at this picture carefully. What do you see in this picture? You can see flowers. Have you seen flowers in your garden? Have you seen the butterflies fluttering over the flowers? Why do they do so? You will know in today's class. Pollination, the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the same flower or that of another flower is called pollination. Here you can see two flowers and you can see the transfer of pollen grains from one flower to another flower by insects or other agents. Have you seen butterflies or honeybee sitting on the flower? Why do they do so? It is because to carry out pollination. Pollination can be done by the help of insects such as butterfly and honeybee. These insects carry out the process of pollination, that is transfer of pollen grains from one flower to another flower. How pollination helps the plants? Pollination enables reproduction in plants. This helps in the production of seeds, which is the reproductive unit of the plant. You can see here in this picture process of reproduction in plants. You will learn about this in detail in the next chapter. In pollination, there are two types. They are self-pollination and cross-pollination. You will learn about self-pollination and cross-pollination in detail. Self-pollination. What do you mean by self? Self means by itself. The pollen grains are transferred from the anther to the stigma of the same flower or that of another flower of the same plant. In this picture, you can see how self-pollination takes place. That is in the same flower, that is from the anther to the stigma of the same flower. This is case 1. Case 2, the pollination takes place from the anther to the stigma of the another flower of the same plant. Here I have a hibiscus flower. In case 1, the pollination takes place from the anther to the stigma of the same flower. Here I have different flowers in this branch. Here, case 2, the pollination takes place from one flower to the other flower of the same plant. This is case 2. Here are the examples of self-pollination. They are orchids, pea plant, sunflower. These are the few examples of self-pollinated flowers. Bisexual flowers undergo self-pollination in order to reproduce. They do not require an external agent for pollination. You have already learned about bisexual flowers. They are the flowers which contain both the reproductive parts, that is, male reproductive part and female reproductive part in the same flower. Cross-pollination. What do you mean by cross-pollination? The pollen grains are transferred from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of the another plant. Here in this picture you can see two different plants. The pollination takes place from one plant to the another plant, or the flower in one plant to the flower of another plant. Here I have two branches. Here the pollination, that is cross-pollination, takes place from the anther of one flower of one plant to the another flower of another plant. So this is cross-pollination. Cross-pollination takes place in monosexual plants, or the plants having one reproductive part, either female reproductive part or male reproductive part. Now let us differentiate between self-pollination and cross-pollination. Pollination takes place within a single flower or between two flowers of the same plant. Cross-pollination, pollination takes place in two flowers of two different plants. Require no agents such as wind, water, insects and so on. Require agents such as wind and insects for the process of pollination. Less variation in size and color from the parent plant. Here there is less variation in the flowers as pollination takes place in the same flower of the same plant. More variation in size and color from the parent plant. Hence the pollination takes place in two different flowers of two different plants. There is more variation in size and color from the parent plant. Agents of pollination. Which are the different agents of pollination? The agents that help in the process of pollination are called pollinators. Which are the pollinators? Insects such as bees, butterflies and other insects. Water pollination. Water is one of the pollinator. Wind, birds, insects and animals such as rat and others are the pollinators. These help in the process of pollination. Insect pollination. What do you mean by insect pollination? You might have seen different insects fluttering over the flower. Why do they do so? They do so to encourage pollination. The process by which flowers are pollinated by insects such as honeybees, butterflies and moths is called insect pollination. Here you can see the pollination taking place by the insects. During the daytime, insects go in search of nectar. What do you mean by nectar? Nectar is a sugary fluid that is secreted by the flower to encourage pollination. While doing so, pollen grains in the flower stick to their bodies or the legs. While moving from one flower to the another flower, they transfer these pollen grains. Hence, insects pollinate the flowers. Here, the pollen grains in this flower are very sticky and easily sticking their bodies or the legs. The flowers that are pollinated by insects are very brightly colored, large, and they have fragrance. Hence, they get attracted to those flowers and pollination is taken place. Here, you can see how the insects move from one flower to another flower to encourage pollination. These are the examples of insect pollinated flowers. They are orchids, rose, papaya, cotton and sunflower. Other than insects, water and wind also are the pollinators. Flowers have large amount of pollen grains in their anther. They are dry and light. Hence, they are transferred from the anther to the feathery stigmas of the another flower. This is transferred by the air or the wind. The transfer of pollen grains by wind is called wind pollination. You can see in this picture how the pollen grains are transferred through the wind or the air. Here are some of the examples of wind pollinated flowers. They are wheat, maize, paddy or rice, corn and pine. These are the examples of wind pollinated plants. Water is also an agent of pollination. In most aquatic plants, pollen grains are transferred to the stigma of flowers by the flow of water. This is called water pollination. In this picture, you can see water pollination taking place. Here, you can see female Vallisneria flower and here male Vallisneria flower. Here the pollen grain from male Vallisneria flower is transferred to the female Vallisneria flower because of flow of water. Here are the examples of water pollinated plants. They are pondweed, hydrilla and Vallisneria. Now, let us recapitulate by answering some of the questions. In today's class, you learnt about pollination. What do you mean by pollination? The transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of the same flower or that of another flower is called pollination. You also learnt about self-pollination. What do you mean by self-pollination? In this type of pollination, pollen grains are transferred from the anther to the stigma of the same flower or that of another flower of the same plant. Cross-pollination. In this type of pollination, pollen grains are transferred from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another flower of another plant. You also learnt about pollinators. What do you mean by pollinators? The agents that help in the process of pollination are called pollinators. Which are the pollinators? Wind, water, insects and animals are examples of pollinators. Here is the home assignment. Differentiate between insect pollinated flowers and wind pollinated flowers. You have learnt about insect pollination and wind pollination. By this, try to differentiate between insect pollinated flowers and wind pollinated flowers. The notes of this lesson will be sent to you in PDF format. You have to write it in your science notes. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.